Welcome to episode number 43 of the Better Than Bitter podcast. Welcome to the What If series. Today's episode is about the co-parenting scheduling crisis. What if your ex suddenly wants to change the custody schedule that you worked so hard to create during your agreement? This scenario comes up over and over again with many of you because it happens and things change. And sometimes you just need to be flexible, but this is what you need to know. Document everything. Keep the records of current schedules and all of the changes that your ex is asking for, right? Because at the end of the day, the kids need to become first. And sometimes being flexible with your custody schedule is the right thing for you to be doing. But you want to make sure that the changes that you're making benefit them. But in addition, they're creating flexibility between you and your co-parent, because at some point you are going to need some flexibility, and therefore being flexible is going to be the best way for you to stay amicable. And you want to make sure you're communicating through proper channels. So if you have decided to use our Family Wizard as a communication tool, which is a parenting app, or maybe you're using text, or maybe you're using email, or maybe you're using phone, but being able to really define how you're going to communicate the changes and how you're going to be able to solidify and check for understanding that the changes have been approved by both parties. You do need to know when to get a mediator involved. If there is one spouse that continues to ask for the changes, then maybe you need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe what you had agreed to is just not working now. Maybe it's been a couple of years and you need to be able to make some more permanent changes because your work schedule has changed, or my kids' schedules have changed and it doesn't map to your work schedule. That's okay. Be flexible, be open, because again, your kids are what matter. The key is to be able to respond thoughtfully, not reactively. If you're finding your blood is boiling each time they ask for a change in the schedule, make sure you're checking in with yourself. Make sure that you're allowing yourself to calm and press the pause button before you react. You might be annoyed, you might be frustrated, but at the end of the day, might also not be thinking logically or rationally. Maybe your prefrontal cortex hasn't had a chance to begin to be utilized. Maybe you've got that fight, flight, or freeze mentality, and that you need to calm your body before you respond. That is very, very important. Get yourself in the right state of mind, calm your body, think more rationally around what they're asking for. If you think about it, maybe it would benefit you too. So make sure you're thinking through what they're asking before you begin to be reactive. Some changes really do improve everybody's situations. Just because they're asking for a change doesn't mean that they're the bad guy, because you need to stay flexible because you're going to need flexibility. You want to make sure that you're still a team. You're both parenting these children. And sometimes that just requires a level of flexibility that wasn't built into the original agreement. But what has most likely been built into the original agreement is how you are going to ask for changes. What way are you going to communicate in terms of what you need? And what's the expectation that the other person responds, in what manner? And if that the rules of engagement haven't been set, then maybe you need to set those rules of engagement so you can work more fluidly together, so you can work more amicably together. Because if it's not working for you the way that it's happening, maybe they're asking too close to the time that the schedule change needs to happen. So maybe you need to build in some parameters in terms of when those asks need to take place. If these types of what if scenarios are resonating with you, then continue to tune in and we will be going through many more of these scenarios. For more information about co-parenting, as well as so many other scenarios we will be touching on in weeks to come, please make sure you visit us at betterthanbitter.coach, where you can subscribe to our support group membership plus program. As part of our support group that meets every single week, we also have a library of resources for you. Mini courses, webinars, workshops, and special articles, all dedicated to helping you during your divorce process and beyond. Or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Better Than Bitter Divorce